Hi. So in this video, I thought I would sort of like make an overview of a peculiar way that Bash handles escaping in the unset built-in command. So this is something that I just discovered yesterday when I was working on a script, and it was pretty surprising to discover, and I haven't ever seen any mentions of it like anywhere, including the Bash reference manual. So I thought I'd make a video to just like explain how this works. Basically, it has to do with, it's sort of like a very like narrow thing, like a very specific case, but you might come across it if you work with associative arrays. Basically, here I have a test script, and I create an associative array, and I create three elements in it with keys that are named opening square bracket, backslash, and closing square bracket. And then I just gave random values to those keys because we're not interested in that. And then I just used declare p to print out that array, and I used my pre-declare print tool to just give it some syntax highlighting. So basically, the whole deal is that if you want to, like when you use an unset command, let's create just like a kind of a regular key as well that does not contain any special characters, so that we can kind of see how this works. So basically, the unset built-in command is it basically can delete variables, but also elements of arrays as well. So what we're interested in here specifically, we're going to be only looking at removing the array elements. So normally how you would do it is like, usually what you see is you see something like this, which will work in this case, but there might be a problem with that. So let me kind of show you. So if I do this, let me copy this line so that we can also see what happens after we run unset. So there's going to be like two lines here, so we see that it works. But I said that there might be a problem with it, and the problem is that this might be interpreted by Bash as a glob pattern. Basically, there's different like globbing special characters. The most common is star, which stands for any number of any character. Then there's a question mark, which stands for any character but just one character. Then there's also character classes, which are basically very common, like you might see them in other things like regular expressions. It's basically one of these characters. Like if I go square brackets ABC, that means that like I want to match one of those, but I don't know what it is. So basically what this might match is if you have a file in this folder. So right now I don't have any files here besides the test script, but I can create a file. Let me do that. So if I had a file called AT here, that would match that pattern that we just specified, because it's basically going like A and then one of these characters in the square bracket. So there's a T there, and it will match. It will also match AE and AS. So if I run it again, now it's not gonna work, and then you're gonna be like sitting there scratching your head. What's happening? And the thing is that you just need to quote this entire thing. What you would probably have in the script is you would have a variable that would hold the value of a key. So let's say I have a variable called k for key, and I'll just put the name of the key in there. And in that case, what would make sense to do is to do this. So just concatenate it with the rest of that string so that everything is quoted. So this will work just fine. No, I just put test here instead of K. So this will work fine. Now, what I just like assumed, but it turns out it wasn't the case, was that basically as long as you quote it, like it will always work. But it turns out that it won't. Basically, if you have a key that contains a backslash, or an opening or a closing square bracket, it won't work, even if it's quoted. And basically, this is kind of a layer of quoting that is specific to unset itself. So it doesn't have anything to do with globbing or anything like that. It's just for the unset command itself to be able to parse this argument. Because it contains these square brackets, they had to add, that's my thinking, and I'm kind of inferring this from basically my experiments, because if we take a look, hold on a sec, if we take a look at the batch reference manual and read this, basically you can read it yourself, and there's no mentions of any escape, any special characters here at all. So I have no idea how they like how I was supposed to know this. I can also take a look at help for unset, and there's no information about that here either. So, you know, those are the only two kind of sources that I know of. If someone knows where that is documented, please let me know. I'd be very interested to take a look. But basically, what I figured out just by trying first, like I just had a situation where I had a backslash and a key. It was just like a file name that contained the backslash, and the key wouldn't unset, and so that I thought like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why wouldn't it unset? And then it turned out that I had to escape it. Basically, let's try doing that. So let me clear all of this. I think we can get rid of this test because we talked about that. So basically, if I just do this, if I want to unset the key that is a backslash, if I just put a backslash there, it won't do anything. It's still here. So what you need to do is you need to escape a backslash. And that's what I just discovered by just trying to escape it, even though it didn't make sense to me at the time, but now it works. So and I guess like then later I thought, well, it won't make any sense for the backslash to be the only character that needs to be escaped, because backslash is typically the character that is used for escaping other characters, and then it itself also needs to be escaped for that reason, because it is a special character. So I thought there must be other special characters that they had to escape. There must be a reason why they did it this way, unless it's some weird bug, but I don't think it's a bug, because there are other special characters, and I just thought, well, the only ones that I can think of are these square brackets, and must be those. And then I tested it, and lo and behold, I was correct. So now, basically, if I try to doing the same with the square bracket, again, it won't work if I don't escape it. But if I escape it, then it will work. And so the same is the case with the closing square bracket. So here we go. This doesn't work, and this does. So yeah, like sometimes these things get just too much, and it kind of, for me at that moment, was like, oh my god, like another one of those things. Just like yeah. So that's how this works. Now, how would you handle this in a script? So what I came up with is basically, like, I just kind of did this simple thing so far. I just created so like I would probably create like a separate variable for this called like k unset, for example, or something like that, maybe unset escape, but whatever, like unset. and then I would use the this expansion that allows you to substitute characters, and then I would just like substitute everything that I need with like basically escape them using this this expansion. So let me see. So let me just put a backslash here. So for the backslash, I would use. So this means replace all of the backslashes. So I'm putting 2 backslashes here because this is again, this is escaping for a different reason, because it's just in this particular pattern, this is a special character that needs to be escaped. I could also, I think, quote it with quotes, but yeah, I think that would work as well, but I will just escape it here. So basically replacing every backslash in that string with a double backslash. Yes, and I need to put this unset here. So the reason I create a separate variable, because you might want to have an unescaped version for your script, because this is just for the unset command, but you might need that key in just its original form for some other reason. So here we go, that worked. But now I'll have to do this for every one of these cases as well, because this particular expansion only allows to do, like I wouldn't be able to do it basically like I could with a regular expression, for example. So I could do this. If you want to kind of know more about this, it is in the manual, of course, and yeah, how do I search for it? Let me see. So expansion shell parameter expansion, and let me see. So it should be somewhere in here. Yeah, there we go. Here it is, and it's explained how this works in here, so you can read about that in this section. But yes, so back to this. Basically, I need to now also do the same for the brackets, and brackets are again special character because they could represent a character class, and here I could do like a character class within this particular thing. So again, escaping them is required, so I'll have to do this for the opening square bracket and this for the closing one. And so now let's test it out. We did the so let's see. This works for the backslash. Now let's try the opening bracket, and the closing one. So yes, everything works fine. So basically, this is kind of my solution for this for now. It only uses bash, and there's only 3 characters, so it's I think it's perfectly okay to do it like this. But yes, I mean, this was pretty surprising, like unexpected to find out, but like it does make sense, kind of when you look at it, kind of that's like, yeah, of course they have like these special characters here, so they had some reason that so there was a reason for them to become special characters that need to be escaped, even like within the unset command itself. But I wish they just kind of put a note in the manual just like explaining this, because I mean, it's just like something that is good to know about if you're writing a script that, for example, essentially like any character can be in a key for an associative array, which is great because it means that you can put anything you want in there. It could be a file name, for example, and file names can contain almost any character basically. And so for the script to work well, be robust, you know, like it has to be able to handle any character. So it would be really helpful if there was a note here saying that um, backslash, backslashes and square brackets need to be escaped. I mean, there's still a possibility that there are some other special characters that needs to be escaped here as well that I didn't think of, but I think it's probably a fair bet to say that it's probably only these like two, essentially, this opening square bracket and the closing one, and then the backslash because it's the escape character itself. So yeah, so this is what I found out, and this is what I want to share. I hope you found this interesting and it helps you write better scripts in Bash. So yeah, I mean, but this was just like, yeah, like, come on, like you gotta like just put a note about this kind of stuff in there because, yeah. All right, so I hope you liked this video and it was valuable and helpful to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.